Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to another Supercoach Insider podcast. My name is Swizz, here with a very special episode of Booms and Busts featuring Paton from the Supercoach Podcast, also the Code Sports Herald son. He does it all. Welcome, Al.
G'day, Swizz. Great to be here, and pumped for another huge year of Supercoach.
Exactly. Before I jump into it, as always, check us out on all our social media platforms, including YouTube, Spotify. Get in contact with us via X, Supercoach Insider 100, Swizz26. Al, what about you? Where do the lovely viewers out there find you, mate?
If you just go to all the official Supercoach accounts at Supercoach, you're going to see me there, I think.
Yeah, that sounds good. All right, so this is a short little episode, Booms and Busts. We'll start with the Booms, mate. Do you have any guys at the moment who you know are just going to be absolutely locked into your side, or a little sneaky for us that you think are going to are flying under the radar, who could be the big breakout contender?
Yeah, well, I mean, we're obviously very keen on picking a lot of value forwards this year. There's not many in the primo bracket, and there's a heap of contenders that we can all fill our forward lines with. But one I'm not seeing very much of, who I'm very tempted by, is an ex-Tiger in Shea Bolton. Now, I wasn't wrapped when he left Richmond, but although we did end up with some pretty good compensation, 2 first-round draft picks from the Dockers, which showed how much they wanted him, and I think he just slots into their team. It's going to be hard to watch for us Richmond men, but I can just see him absolutely starring for them this year, turning Freo into, they've sort of been on the verge of a premiership, or not premiership, of a finals team for a couple of years, and this can really help them make that jump. He just has that perfect link for them between the forward line and the midfield, and just lots of Supercoach points there on offer, I think, in goals and score assists and inside 50s and all these sorts of things. He only averaged 77 last year, so he's priced at that, but he averaged 97 the year before. So even though we know he can be a bit of a roller coaster in scoring, he can drop a low game. He can have those real high ceiling ones as well. And the flex position maybe now allows us, best 22 scoring. You can potentially drop off some of those really low scores and take advantage of the big ones. And the one stat that I really like about Shea is that, as we might remember, whenever Richmond went over and played in Perth, he absolutely dominated. And over his career in 9 games at Optus Stadium, he's averaged 113 Supercoach points. So he'll be playing there a lot more in purple colours, obviously. So I can see him scoring a lot more points than certainly what he's priced at.
Mate, that's brilliant. It's always a guy, and I always mention the fact that I go to the footy a lot with my mate Grimo, and we've always said he's the sort of bloke that we think he could kick 10 to 12 goals in a game.
Yeah, one day it'll happen. Yeah.
100%. He's always threatened it. And there's been games where he's kicked like 1 goal 5, 1 goal 6, and you're just like, if he gets it right, and now unfortunately it's not going to be in the Tigers colours, but I can see that at Freo if they get the right opposition, which might be us.
Exactly.
Hopefully not, but maybe at the Barossa Valley for those who are heading over. And Shai could put on an absolute show. So I absolutely love that call. So one to definitely consider. And on the other side of the things, mate, what about your bust?
Well, one guy that I know a lot of people are thinking about, he is probably a little bit underpriced considering what we know he can do. But Christian Petrarca, I'm just holding off until we see him out there. I mean, obviously that injury that he had was so bad, and it was not just what it did to his body, but it seems like it really took a hit on him, mentally as well, which is totally understandable considering how serious it was and how, there's been a lot of debate about the treatment and how the doctors and the Ds and the AFL and everybody responded. But, it was just so much to go through that I'm just not 100% sure he's going to be able to come straight back out and be the player that he has been in the past. And Melbourne, I mean, who knows what Melbourne's going to be doing this year? One of the big watches in Supercoach and in footy, and we'll see where and how they use track and how he looks. So I'd be wary of jumping on before we see exactly what he can do. But he's the sort of guy who could score 150 in a preseason game, and that might change my opinion completely. But holding off for now.
I love that because in my first team reveal, for those who haven't watched, I did have Track in there, so it makes me want to take him out. But definitely both Shea and Track are massive preseason watchers. So no, I think that's some great insight there, and we do appreciate that. As always, as I said, check us out on our social media platforms, like, subscribe, tell us who your boom and bust is, and we're looking forward as we count down to the opening round, which is now only a couple months away. So thanks for tuning in, guys, and we'll talk soon. Thanks for joining us, Al.
Thanks, mate.
See you guys. Bye.